Hello everyone and welcome to Chameleon Twist. This is the game that I was talking about and towards the end of the last game, or the last video, is the game that I was hinting towards. And yes, this game for the N64 came out in the late 90s. I think part of the reason why it reminds me so much about so much of Bomberman 64 is just because it came out in such close proximity to it. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time at the title screen because I don't want to risk going into the demo things that it'll play. So we're just going to say new game. And yes, we actually get to pick a number one of several characters. And yes, these are chameleons. I know they look like derpy mushroom head things. And I'm gonna go with Davy. Blue's my favorite color. And yeah, Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life, because Billy Joel's awesome. So gonna pick him and let the intro sequence play out. Alright, and I guess that's all the exposition that we really need, and like I said, this is in fact a chameleon, although he may not look anything like it. You have to take my word for it. And here's that rabbit we were chasing the whole time. Jungle Land, the gateway to the blah 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 blah. Obviously we got some pretty serious... I need to practice my tongue and body control, wink wink, nudge nudge. So yes, with the whole rabbit, chasing the rabbit down the rabbit hole, obviously some very not so subtle Alice in Wonderland overtones to this whole thing. And oh, the thing I just picked up is a crown. There are, I think, anywhere from 20 to 25 crowns in each level. And if you collect, and actually I can't remember if you collect all of them. I think it's if you collect all the crowns in all the levels, you'll unlock the bonus 7th world, which I think is mainly just a boss rush. And I just like to stop and point out how cool that background is. I mean, you can tell this is the end of the world, or the edge of the world, because it's just a flat sprite behind it. I always point out cool skyboxes like that, because it just reminds me of nostalgic times like these. So yes, this game, Chameleon Twist, I really enjoy it. It was not a blockbuster by any stretch of the imagination. I don't even think it got great reviews, and I think that's part of why it reminds me so much of Bomberman 64, in that it more or less had a cult following, so to speak. Ouch! More than anything else. So yes, it was not the smash hit a lot of people were hoping for. As you just saw by me getting hit, there is a health bar in this game. It's 10 hits or so. Oddly enough, if you fall off the edge, that counts as 1 hit. So, actually I'm in the crown. Okay, cool. Should only have 3 by this point. But yes, falling off the edge only counts as 1 hit against you, which is kind of nice. I think there might be enemies later on that do more than 1 more hit of damage towards you, but I don't think we'll be seeing those for quite a while, and honestly I could be mistaken on that front in the first place. And since our tongue is our main means of disposing of enemies and moving about, most of the platforming in this game revolves around general tongue play. Yes, I went out of my way to say the word tongue play in a sentence because I'm a grown man and I find it hilarious. Luckily we're able to just walk through this water without worrying. And yes, there's lots of these very conveniently placed poles. Your tongue can't latch onto just anything, like I can't latch onto this wall or anything. And we obviously were limited on how much tongue we have to use. Oh god, so many jokes. So many tongue jokes, so little time. What's a man to do? What's a guy to do? And, not gonna lie, there are some really, well, camera issues aside, yes. Like I said, this game is far from perfect. It does have its share of clunkiness, the camera being one of them. There are some really tricky platforming parts of this game as well. Not so much in this level, but definitely some later levels can be downright diabolical. in the placement of crowns and some of the tongue exercises that we have to do. I'm gonna use tongue terminology as much as I can, so just brace yourself for all of the jokes, every single one. But, oh god, I just fell off the edge, there we go. So like I said, counts as just one hit against us, and we spawn back up anyway. The only bad thing is that health pickups, like health replenishing things, do not respawn with us. But right here is a good, oh yeah, I was gonna gobble up this fish. Here's a good example of some really asshole crown placements, where it's like, oh, just go behind the waterfall. There's no indication, no sign that you can just go behind, that waterfalls are transparent now. It's just, hey, you're just supposed to know, so fuck you too. There's a lot of that in this game. In fact, truth be told, I've actually, in both of my playthroughs of this game, I never once got all of the crowns in any one single level. The only reason I'm getting all of them in this playthrough, and that is my goal, by the way, is to get every single crown. The only reason I'm able to do so is because I'm more or less cheating in that I've followed a walkthrough, or I'm referencing other things that I'm viewing on the internet and whatnot to help me through it. So, I know it's technically cheating, but god damn it, gets the job done, that's what matters. I believe that's all the ones we need to worry about at this point. And by the way, I know we've already seen, like, oh, good thing I was looking. Yes, there's that last one, cool. Talking about latching onto things with our tongue, there's one little move that we can also do here, which is like pole vaulting up. It requires a little bit of timing trickery because it's all a matter, you can just hold the Z button, or the Z trigger, and he'll just kind of stand himself up. But you have to hold the controller, and then press A right at the right moment in order for him to jump at the peak height. Here is another really douchebag placement of crowns. You can almost just barely see it, and because you can't really do much with the camera, it's kind of useless in that regard. But, oh god, I fell into lava. It's a good thing that's not instant death, because that would be pretty asshole-ish of the game. There we go, I grabbed it on my way to my doom. I don't care, as long as it gets the job done. So grab that last health pickup, because like I said, those do not replenish. Or respawn, rather. There's no going back now. The bridge is out. Luckily, I think we're pretty much good to go by this point. Obviously, once you enter a zone like this, you'll see that with a lot of parts in this game. Oh, shit. Where one level might be composed of multiple parts. Oh, shit, I didn't realize I'd latched on until it was too late. So what I needed to do here is swing around, like so. Yep, because that's how physics works in this game. So between the platforming sections that you're seeing here, the use of the Chameleon's tongue is definitely where the focus of the game mechanics come into play. And that's one kind of fun thing, like when you gobble up a lot of, in this case, spiders, which is just fucking terrifying in its own right, you can see he kind of inflates more with more monsters or more critters that he gobbles up. You can't actually eat anything, it's just a matter of gobbling them up and spitting them back out as projectiles for other enemies. But yeah, it is my intention of picking up all the crowns. I think I mentioned earlier, there's anywhere from 20 to 25. It's not always a round number. I think some levels have 21 crowns. It's not always consistent, which is a little weird. And there's a lot of levels, there's a lot of rooms like this, especially in later levels, where you kind of have to, it's more or less kind of trial and error. Like, I remember the first time I played this, I got all gung-ho and jumped over to grab that heart, only to have the floor fall out from under me and for me to lose the health that I literally just replenished. Lots of things like that, and lots of these very conveniently placed posts, which, oh, I knew that was going to happen, I was out too far. But yeah, lots of those conveniently placed posts that just so happen to let you wrap your tongue around it and swing on through. I'm just going to grab this one. I can tell you that those orange hearts actually replenish 3 hearts. I guess I should have grabbed that one. Oh, it is full, never mind. Oh, well. Yeah, the pink ones replenish 1, I think the orange ones replenish 3, if I'm not mistaken. And here, well, this doesn't look concerning or brooding in the slightest bit. Oh, wait, they're totally rock golems. Rock lobster. Luckily, these spiders fall from the sky, and it just takes one hit from a spider to send these rock guys packing. So there you have it. Grab those 2 crowns, we're well on our way. Making pretty good time with this video, really. This room is a nice demonstration of, like, showing how many monsters you can gobble up in one tongueful. And I'm just gonna show how kind of derpy he looks. He's all stretched out and fat and inflated. It's just silly. And obviously, the more monsters you gobble up, the more projectiles you have at your disposal. God, camera. Yeah, this is another good example. And because we're limited in how we can move it around, it's a bit of a pain sometimes. Now, one thing that you'll probably hear me mention, oh god, I don't know how many times, is just how freaking baller this music is. Similar to, like, other soundtracks I often comment on, it's not that it's, like, particularly good, it's that it just has that instrumentation. It just reeks of nostalgia, and I freaking love it. Oh god, I love this game's soundtrack. I think just the fact that it came out in the late 90s makes me like it. It could be terrible for all I know, and I would be none the wiser. I would have no sense of reality when it comes to how good or bad this music is. This soundtrack rocks, and I don't care who disagrees with me. And you'll find a lot of times oh god. Okay, good. You'll find a lot of times I'll intentionally avoid health pickups if I am at full health, because like I said, if you fall down from something, health pickups do not respawn, so I'm trying to conserve those as much as I can. Now we get this crown, and I think there's one more in the next room, and we should be good to go from that point. We don't get anything off the bat by beating a level in this game with all crowns. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It happens all at the end, where you get that extra bonus world thing, so to speak. Let's get those out of here. And I'd just like to point out how cool this room is. It's like some sort of, like, engine, like a turbine. I really don't understand what this is supposed to be and why there's lava flowing through it. It's cool as hell. I would be lying if I said I understood it, but I think it's cool. I appreciate the little things in life. If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. So here is the boss for this level, which is a gigantic ape with, are those supposed to be sunglasses, I think? Or those are just his eyes? And a very stylish haircut, if I do say so myself. So, the point of this boss is to shoot stuff at him, which is the point of most bosses in this game. And just right there you could see that when he's not in his rock-throwing animation, if you hurl these butterflies? Bats? I don't really know what these are supposed to be. Once you hurl these bad boys at him, it pushes him back. Oh shit, yeah, it can't be while he's in his rock-throwing animation, though. The idea is you gotta push him off the edge, and he falls to his doom in a very spectacular slow-motion death scene. Ooh! Gotta love it. And here we are, Davey admiring his kill, the cold-blooded murderer. Congratulations! So there you see, we got 25 out of all 25. And we've got 5 more levels to go. Make no mistake, these levels are a good deal longer, especially, I think that the one right above us, the bugs, and that one directly to the, like, diagonally to the right of it. That thing with the white gloves. I seem to recall those two being pretty lengthy. So yeah, it's not a long game by any stretch of the imagination, but it usually takes more than one sit through. And Dexter squeaks away on his squeaky toy, because that's how dogs celebrate these types of things. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll be continuing with Bombland in the next video, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, everyone.